I can't hear anything. You are unmuted, but okay. So, Nevin, what is a candidate key?
It's a defined set of keys that can unique identify any data row.
Identify.
Data row.
Once again. It was breaking in between. Okay, once again.
The candidate key is a defined set of keys that can uniquely identify any data row.
Okay, very good. That's a candidate key. Who is a primary key? Evelyn.
One or more attributes that can identify a record uniquely.
Very good. How many primary key a table can have, Anthony? Options 1, 2, 3.
One or more.
Hmm?
One or more. One or more. One.
No, one. Okay. I was searching for an emoji to send you. Okay. Avitur, who is an alternate key? What is an alternate key?
A candidate key which is not a primary key is an alternate key.
Very good. Then who is Adul, foreign? What is a foreign key?
Just can you repeat it again?
No repetition.
No, ma'am. My net is
I
down.
was switching the videos. I mean, switching the screens, and I was doing something else. So, can you repeat? Is it your question?
Ma'am, no, I didn't get it properly. So can you repeat it again?
Very simple question I asked. What is a foreign key?
It is attributes of key that shows primary key. That table.
Answer is there in your answer is there in your mind, but not able to express because you haven't studied it properly. That's the reason. Meghna, what is a foreign key?
It is a non-attribute non-attribute whose value is derived from the primary key, and it's for creating relationship between two tables.
So very good. So I will explain that foreign key once again. See this example: employee table, department table. An employee table, which is the primary key with her primary key of employee table. Switch the window with her primary key of employee table. So next class, when is the next period? Meghna?
11:30.
11:30. So next period, when you come, you have to explain what is a foreign key and explain what I'm explaining now. You need to explain it. Okay, with her. Primary key and foreign key. Listen in the class properly. In employee table, which is the primary key, Ekna? The primary key is? EMPNO. Because it is not repeating, it doesn't have any empty values. In department table, which is the primary key? Department number, DEPTNO. Again, it is not repeating, there is no empty values. So the one table can have only one primary key, one and only one primary key. And here, in order to create relationship, in the definition, as Meghna said, we are using foreign key in order to make relationships, create relationship between the tables. So in order to create a relationship, we will add this department number here and that other department number. So the primary key of department table is coming in, where? Coming in as an attribute in employee table. A primary key of one table will be coming as a column name of some other table. Which is some other table here? Employee table. So in that employee table, this key is called as foreign key. Clear? Foreign key. And it is given, in the definition is given, it is a non-key attribute, N-O-N-K-E-Y. So why it is called non-key attribute? Because in employee table, the different keys of employee tables are EMPNO, E, name, gender, salary, and COM. What about this department number? This department number values are coming from this table. And it is not a part, even though it became the part of this employee table, it is originally the reference is from department table. That is why in the definition it is given that it is a non-key attribute. Attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of some other table. Then it is called as foreign key. You can't write 50 here. Why we can't write 50 here? Because 50 is not in department table. There is no department called 50 with any name. So if there is no department in that company, how an employee will work in department number 50? So this is how we have studied the different advantages of DBMS. This is one of the advantage. If your application software is allowing you to enter 50, the database tables will become inconsistent. Okay, so in order to remove inconsistency, we will be using this kind of relationships with the foreign key primary key relationships. So that means you can't write 50 here because there is no 50 entry here. So this is your master table or parent table, and this is a child table. Employee table is a child table because in the employee table, we are writing the EPTNO. In which table the foreign key is, that table is called child table. Okay. The primary key of that particular, this department is called as parent table. Now, question 2, Sharath. Sharath. Are you there, Sharath?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The third row. I'm going to delete the third row. Will it execute successfully, the delete command? What do you think?
Yes.
But the answer is no. Because, why no? Because this 30 we referred in this. So if you try to delete this particular row from the parent table, 30, sales department, location, it will give you an error message that this particular reference is made in employee table. So what do you need to do first? If there is no department called sales, means there is no employee in the company with name Nitin and Vikram, isn't it? If there is no such department, there is no sales department. That means there should not be any employees. So it should not allow you to delete this particular thing. If you create a relationship like this, it won't allow you to delete this. It will tell you a reference is made. So first you have to go and delete from this table. Then only you can delete this value. This kind of relationship is called a referential integrity. What is that called? A referential integrity. Referential means you are referring this. Integrity means the proper data entry without any mistakes. So what is referential integrity? The referential integrity ensures that no wrong entries are made in the table when you create a relationship. So we can see the referential integrity definition here. Referential integrity is used to ensure relationship between records in related tables are valid and user don't accidentally delete or change the related data. That's the definition of referential integrity. Is that clear, Nevin? Referential integrity. Should I repeat? Nevin, are you there, Nevin?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. And one more condition is that is, when you relate two tables, you can't you can't place your department number in zoo table. Suppose there is a zoo table. In zoo, there is a system and they are maintaining a database about the different animals, what are the different birds, species in that zoo. So you can't write a department number from this table and you can't relate to something different tables. That is why, so there is a condition when you create relationship, both should be inside a same database. This department is a part of that particular company and employee table is again a part of that particular company. So it should be from a same database. That's what. And one more thing, when you add it here, the data type of this and the data type of this should be same. The foreign key and the primary key should have the same data type. And it is not compulsory that you have to enter the same name. You can write any name here. DENO. That's also will work. But only thing is that values should be derived from this, from here. Now, referential integrity that we have told. Okay, now let's move on to MySQL. So you will be studying that applications of many application software, many RDBMS softwares are available in the internet, and mainly we are learning about MySQL RDBMS software. Why we are learning it? Because it's free to download. It is free to download. You don't have to pay even a single penny to download this. It's not like Microsoft Access or MySQL Server. They are paid softwares. This is free software. Now listen carefully. So you will be studying this year and next year, you will be studying about MySQL. You'll be having a practical examination based on this. You'll get 5 marks out of 30. 30 marks for your practical board practicals. And out of 30, 15 marks for your, 10 marks for your Python program, 5 marks for your MySQL program, then 5 marks for your Viva, 5 marks for your project, 5 marks for your record. In that way, the mark distribution will go. So 5 marks you will be getting for Anthony. 5 marks you will be getting for
Practical.
practicals. Which practical? For which program?
MySQL.
MySQL. Your eyeballs are moving here and there. That's why I asked you a question. Okay. So we will study about MySQL. So I have that starting itself, I told you, MySQL is, the name is generated from, the name is derived from that particular inventor's daughter's name starts with MY. Daughter's name is MY. So let's see that. The history of MySQL. Adul, listen here. In MySQL, it's freely available as an open source, stored in table. That means it's a RDBMS. Okay. If the data is stored in the form of tables. Then it's a fast, reliable, scalable alternative to, so you can do anything, any operations like as a normal paid software, SQL Server, etc. Microsoft products, equally competent software it is. Now, the chief inventor of MySQL was Michael Vendenius, called as Monty. Monty's daughter's name is Mai. It's not a English name, is Italian. Yes. And the logo of MySQL is dolphin. Okay. And the dolphin's name is Shakila. Sakila. So when you try to download it, you can see a dolphin picture, dolphin. What about Python, Vithur? Python, what is the logo? Have you seen the Python logo?
Yes, ma'am. PY.
What is the logo? What is the picture that you can see? Python, it's a Python in the logo. Let me show you that. Screen sharing is paused. Okay. Logo, this is the logo. You can see the black background. This is not black. You can see a Python. This is a Python, two Pythons. Blue and yellow. That is a Python logo. See the logo. This is the logo. You can see eyes there. Blue Python and yellow Python. That is a Python logo. Dolphin, MySQL. Okay. Logo is dolphin. Now, those who are having laptop, take Google Chrome now itself. Take Google Chrome and search MySQL. You'll be downloading it and you'll be doing all the programs, all the queries in MySQL. MySQL Community Server. Search for that. MySQL, sorry, Community Service, MySQL installer. Just search in that way. Have you taken? Everyone? Those who are using mobile, you have to write down. Write down, Amal Raj, the different steps to download. First, go to Google and type MySQL installer. Then you will get the screen, download MySQL installer, MySQL, the first one. The first one. Take the first one. Again, the first one, 32-bit. We can take 32-bit, that's okay. It is available for Mac also, you can download. See, when you click here, you can see Oh, operating system Mac is not available. I guess it is there. It is available for Mac also. You search in that way, Naveen. It works in all Mac operating system. So if it is not there, I will search it and I will send to you. Okay, the link. Click on download. So it will ask for the sign up. So you don't have to sign up. No thanks. Just start my download. I have already installed. Okay. Hope you have downloaded it. How many of you completed the downloading? Vidhur, Atul, anyone? Vidhur, Meenakshi? Completed?
Ma'am, I can't downloading this because it's my brother's. I have another PC.
Atul?
Ma'am, I completed. Now I am opening the setup.
Okay, now just a moment. I enable the share screen. You can share the screen, Atul. Because in the system I have already installed. So I can't show you. So Atul, share the screen. You can share the screen, Atul, first. We can take that downloaded thing. So everyone will see it and they can install.
Ma'am, now I have opened it and it's
Okay,
showing
okay,
like
just
this.
wait. Okay, never. Oh, it's just taking this much time.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. Anybody else who installed it? I mean, who opened it and we can stop the share screen. Okay. Anybody else? Meenakshi?
Ma'am, I got a window. Some installation window.
Installation window came?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now share the screen. Sharath, Grishma, Hana, Evelyn, turn on your video. Okay, now we'll get a window like this. You just take server only. Next. Okay, execute. You can install it. So everyone should follow these same steps, okay? Okay. Close. Next. Execute. Wait. It will execute. Okay, next. Next. Okay, next. Port number, you don't have to. Next. Here it is asking for the password. So you can give any password, Meenakshi. This is just password to open for security. When somebody is trying to open MySQL, you can give that password. Any simple password, but don't forget it. That's okay. That's okay. Weak is okay. Next. Next. Execute. So everyone listen here, writing configuration file, updating Windows firewalls rules, adjusting Windows service, everything should be successfully done. Only then you can work. Installation is over or downloading is over, Nevin?
Installation.
Installation is over. And just you have to also go through all these steps. Okay. Have you given a password?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it ask for the password?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So you can stop the share screen, Meenakshi. Let it work. Then Nevin, you can share the screen. Where it is?
I downloaded it and just like closed.
Only downloading is over.
Like install also. It should be
Installation is over. Where is that? Where is it? MySQL command client you need to take.
Command client. Right.
Search button. Search for MySQL command client.
So showing.
No. You can see the different icons, right? The desktop. In that way, you have to view it.
Different icons.
It's not showing. Installation is over. Then here it should be there somewhere on the desktop.
It is over here.
You just search in the program list. Okay, program files.
Should I stop screenshot?
It will be there. It should be there. Anyways, it's okay. So we have one more period. So just search and find out. So we'll continue the next class. It's almost time. You can stop the share screen. This installation is very important. You have to install it and you have to configure it. It's not like your Spider software. You have to configure it. Okay. Then only you can practice the programs. If you are not practicing the programs, it will be difficult for you. For your project also, you need this MySQL. Okay. And we'll be doing all the things in MySQL. Those who are having laptop or PC, you can install in that. Otherwise, let me find out some solution for the mobile users, those who don't have this, or will be from January onwards, you will be called, I guess, to the school. Since you are in 11th, I don't know much about it. So anyways, you'll be getting a chance to do the practicals in the school. So don't worry, those who don't have laptop, others practice it. Okay. So that is 9:59 only. Okay, Abdul sir is waiting here, but I won't leave you 1 more minute left. So hope you understood everything. The installation, we will continue the next period. Okay. Okay then. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.